Welcome back to Briggs on Books, our international talk show where we talk to authors from all over the world. Are you getting ready to pick your next book or the next book you're going to add to your stack, or are you about to buy a book for someone for the holidays? Check out this book before you go too far. The Shaman. Not only do I have the book here, I also have the author. If I can find the right place to click, we'll bring her in. Here she is, author Kate Porter. Welcome, Kate.
Hi, Mike. Thank you for having me back again.
Now, The Shaman is not your first book or second book or third book. How many has there been?
I've got 13 and I've got two more in the
Oh
works.
my goodness. So you're writing all the time.
Yes, pretty much.
By the way, Kate, many of our viewers uh, haven't finished writing their book. In fact, there's millions of people out there with a book almost finished and they just can't get across the finish line. So congratulations for what you do, book after book. Tell us,
Thank you.
do you have a certain discipline?
Just write every day.
Yep.
Even if it's not on the book, I'll write in a journal or make notes or something. I'm writing every day.
Every day. And you do it all on a keyboard and a computer or something like that?
Keyboard, I sometimes when I'm out, I'll just get an idea and I'll write it down I keep a notebook and pencil and pens in my purse and my bag in my car and
Yeah, the old-fashioned way. I had an author on the other
yeah.
day that actually writes his book on the legal pad. So I thought I couldn't even imagine. So, Kate, 13 books, a couple more coming out. Tell us about The Shaman. I want to ask you about another of your books after that, but tell us about The Shaman.
The Shaman is a psychological thriller, and Lucas Black Fox, who is he's a direct descendant of a very powerful Paiute shaman from back in the 1890s. His name was Wavoka, and Wavoka was in history the father of the second ghost dance movement. He had visions, and Lucas has inherited his ancestors' gift of visions, but the visions Lucas has is of women being kidnapped, tortured, and murdered.
Hmm.
And he has been trying to drown them, his visions, to stop them because he can't do anything about them. And he's been drinking steadily for
Hmm.
10 years, and then he's trying to recover from alcohol. He's trying to get sober again because his latest vision puts his childhood sweetheart Emma and her young son Kyle as the killer's next victims.
Oh boy. And now he's got to figure out his visions and how to do something about it.
Right, right. This book was originally a screenplay that I had written, and I just used the screenplay as the outline for the book, expanding on it.
Nice. Very good. It sounds exciting. Who would not want to read this? Usually I ask the authors, who's going to read this book? But who wouldn't want to read this book? Is it for everyone? Is it for just
Yeah,
adults or?
18 and over, I guess you could say it's kind of like Stephen King's Dead Zone and the very popular TV series Person of Interest.
Mhm. It sounds like a movie, Kate. It really does. Um, Now, by the way, I just happen to have another book of yours here, The Last Echo. That cover is just, it really draws you in. Tell us about The Last Echo.
The Last Echo is about a young woman who flees an abusive relationship
Hmm.
with a man whose family is very powerful in the Pacific Northwest and lands in Savannah, and where she and her high school best friend, uh, um, she starts a new life, new friends, and she even begins a business. And one day, she and her friend and her friend's family go to Fort Pulaski Museum, where not only does she run into her family friend, who is a police officer, Kay Dalton, but there is a Confederate soldier's ghost who attaches himself to her and becomes her protector.
Hmm. Amazing. Now that's, you're in Georgia. This book is set in Georgia. Are all of your books set in Georgia?
No, the shaman is set in Cherokee, North Carolina. I have one that won a mystery award, Black Harvest. That is set in Daphne, South Carolina, and I have one set in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Now the shaman, it's did you have to do a lot of research for that book?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, it seems like a lot, very complex thing, and you don't want to insult anybody or any heritages, and you want to get it right. So you
No,
do a lot of research.
that I tried very hard not to uh, offend anybody with it, but in every one of my books, there's a little bit of history
Mm.
to try to blend the history with reality with fiction to make it all kind of blend together.
Do you enjoy the research portion?
I do. I
Yeah,
love the research part.
yeah. The research.
I love learning new things,
Yeah.
and it's amazing. As a matter of fact, when I was researching one of my other books for my series, that's how I got the idea for the shaman.
Yeah, and uh, we talk about this all the time on the show. You research, you write, and then you get to that next step, publishing, which you seem to have that part down. That's where a lot of people get stuck.
One of my biggest issues when I first started writing was I was getting an editor.
Mm,
I at I had an ego issue. I didn't want anybody messing with my work. I didn't want that's my work. I don't want
yeah,
anybody messing with it. But I learned very, very quickly that a good editor is it's priceless. You
yeah,
have to have an
yeah,
editor because you can't really edit and they're your own
yeah.
work.
Does it
And that was the biggest thing.
and does it
Once I finished my draft, I sent it to my editor.
and does the editor catch, of course, grammar, punctuation, spelling, stuff like that? But do they sometimes spot continuity issues?
Yes, yes, absolutely. There are different kinds of editors. Some just spelling and grammar.
Mm,
Others content.
mm,
And that my editor Rebecca Ayers, she can find the plot holes
hmm. Plot holes,
uh,
nice.
and help me fill them. Yes, and she's been amazing.
Wow, yeah.
But
Yeah, I talk to a lot, as I say, a lot of our viewers or authors, trying to get to the end. And I tell people all the time, there's no problem bringing someone in to even help you finish the book, help you get it done. It's okay to do that. So, um, and you're an expert
yeah,
at it. So,
yes, it is.
yeah.
As like I said, I promote editors any chance I get because she was a lifesaver for me.
Yeah. Now, where can we find your books if we want to purchase them?
You can get my books on Amazon. You can order them from any bookstore.
Yeah.
Most of them come in paperback, digital.
Hmm.
Some come in hardcover, and I do have a few on Audible as well.
Yeah.
The Shaman is on Audible.
Yeah. Thank you for that, because I just can't see those words so well anymore. I try to read a lot, but it's harder and harder, man. Audio, I get through book after book. So I think I'll start with the shaman and work my way backwards through your books. Um,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, Shaman came out when?
The Shaman came out in 2022, I
Okay.
think.
Okay. And your next book is coming out when?
My next book, hopefully, it will be out by the beginning of April.
Yeah. From the time you put your pencil down and the editor finishes their work and you're done, how long does it take for a book to come out then?
That depends on how much polishing up I have to do, and then I can get it out probably within just a few months.
In a few months. That's great. Interesting. Yeah. I author in prospective author sent me their book the other day and said, "Here, just read it and tell me anything." And there's no punctuation in the book at all. The grammar was bad. The
Another
spelling was bad. I said, "Have you used
E.
it?"
Cummings, huh?
Yeah. I said, "Have you used an editor?" "Oh no, I didn't think about that." I said, "Okay, but you can't spell." So anyway, you're an inspiration to me, Kate. The volume you did. The volume that you do, I'm inspired by that and excited by that. And thanks for coming on and sharing with other authors what you've done and how you do it. And I hope people will order this book. By the way, my method is I never order one book anymore. If I'm going to get a book, I like 5 copies. I get 5 copies of it. I want all my friends reading at the same time that I am. And I'm always having to go someplace where I want to take a gift, so I never buy one book, and I want people to read the books I'm reading so we can talk about it. So I'm encouraging our viewers, holiday season, go buy Kate Porter books. Kate, we're way past time. You do that to me every time. You're so fascinating to talk to. We go over, but I just want to give you a minute. Any last thoughts that you'd like to share with our viewers?
No, just I love to read and pass them around. I love it.
Alrighty. Get Kate Porter's books, and we'll have Kate back again in a month or so, I hope. Kate, thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you for having me. You
And
have a great day and have a nice holiday.
thank you. And for our viewers, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with another author right after this.